Now, there's so many myths out there about it that it's when I say it, I think we have to start elaborating, I guess, on the types of sugars, monosaccharide, disaccharide, or whether it's a fruit, or if we're just talking straight sugar. Now, there's so many myths out there. I guess getting into the physiology, most people don't advocate using carbs/sugars to actually increase health. I mean, most people out there, like the paleo diet, are saying high protein, low carb, and all these people say if you want to lose weight, which we know that doesn't mean it's healthy, eat high protein, low carb. And you kind of go the other way in a sense. Now, physiologically, what's the importance of getting the sugars in our body?
At one time, I was experimenting with chocolate as a source of magnesium, and I found that bitter chocolate, like coffee, was extremely high in magnesium and some other nutrients. But chocolate happens to be very high in leucine, and it would give me low blood sugar, and I would crave something to eat very shortly after eating a lump of black chocolate. And that started me thinking about the amino acids in relation to blood sugar. And I saw that several of the amino acids in proteins are powerful insulin stimulants. And when you eat protein by itself, you stimulate insulin secretion, which is needed to metabolize the amino acids. But in reaction to the insulin, your liver has to put out glucose to keep your blood sugar going, so your brain and blood cells and kidneys and so on can keep working. And if your liver is somewhat low on glycogen, then every time you eat protein and have an insulin secretion, your body secretes a compensating amount of cortisol to bring your blood sugar back up. But the cortisol brings your blood sugar up at the expense of protein. And so partly cortisol, the first tissues that cortisol breaks down are your thymus gland and other immune cells and the muscles. And if you eat lots of protein, you, in spite of the high cortisol, you can keep your balance such that you are replacing your muscles and thymus gland, but you are running on a constantly high cortisol secretion. And my previous interest in diabetes, I had seen that doctors simply neglected to measure hormones that were related to blood sugar when they would prescribe insulin, calling a person a diabetic. They said they needed to take insulin the rest of their life. But having some of these people test their cortisol, we saw that very many of these so-called diabetics just had very high cortisol. And sugar happens to be the best thing for lowering cortisol to normal. And since high cortisol gives the impression of diabetes, causing high blood sugar, you get the unexpected effect of when you eat sugar, you lower the cortisol, and some of these people had a very quick recovery from their so-called diabetes.